Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Brennan's triple betrayal, Carly furious over Jocelyn manipulation and much more. Jack Brennan's quadruple betrayal will eventually be exposed. Carly Spencer will be outraged at Brennan's manipulation of Jocelyn Jax, among other things, so let's speak about what comes next. Although Brennan is genuinely falling for Carly, he is harboring some significant secrets that may wreck their romance. We should start with a quote from GH's lead writers, Elizabeth Cortez and Chris Van Etten. In an interview with SOD, Van Etten and Cortez hinted to Brennan's long-term agenda. Brennan has clearly been exploiting Carly for a long time without her knowledge. Brennan's presence in Port Charles and proximity to Carly are no coincidence. His feelings for Carly, however, are unintentional, and they will directly contradict his plans for Jocelyn, Cortez and Van Etten stated. In other words, Brennan purposely approached Carly with ulterior purposes. Whether it was to recruit Jocelyn or for other reasons, Carly and Brennan's relationship has always had a murky underbelly. This is treachery number 1, but it is linked to betrayal number 2 because Brennan has also been manipulating Jocelyn. Brennan has been feeding Joss tiny nuggets and putting her through tests to see if she has what it takes to become a WSB agent. As a result, Jocelyn found herself in grave danger in the cabin and eventually shot Cyrus Renaud. Brennan has agreed to cover up Jocelyn's involvement, but he is clearly framing Jason Morgan in the process. That is betrayal number 3, as Carly and those closest to her have a strong bond with Jason. Brennan is targeting Carly's best friend and someone her entire family cares about, so this is not going to go well for him. What happens when Carly discovers Brennan is using her, manipulating Jocelyn, and hooking Jason up with those two hairs at Cyrus' cabin? Brennan's triple treachery may cost him his future with Carly if she can't move past this. Jocelyn is ready to make a decision that could change her life forever, so we'll see whether she confesses to the PCPD or strikes a deal with Brennan to spare Jason. According to General Hospital spoilers, Carly will soon learn some shocking Brennan news, so we'll provide more predictions about this romantic disaster. GH spoilers, Jocelyn's final test, and Jack blames Jason for Cyrus' death. General Hospital spoilers state that Jack Brennan is obviously involved in Cyrus Renaud's death. Jack has revealed that he was there outside when Cyrus accosted Jocelyn Jax before shooting him. Jack intends to put Jocelyn through one final test before hiring her as a WSB agent. What is it? Jason Morgan is the number 1 suspect. Fans are aware that Jason Morgan was nowhere near Cyrus when Jocelyn shot him. Unfortunately, Jack doesn't seem to care because Jason is the ideal person to take the fall. Will Jocelyn let Jack incriminate Jason for a crime she committed? Can Jocelyn defy Jack and confess? Jocelyn is frightened after killing Cyrus, whether it was him or her. Things worsen when Jocelyn returns to Bobby's and is accosted by Trina Robinson, who realizes something is awry. Jocelyn tries to distract Trina by changing the conversation. This is nothing compared to my showdown with Carly Spencer. Jocelyn Jax has been sworn to secrecy. Jack has made it plain that Jocelyn is not allowed to tell anyone about what happened now that he has covered for her. However, Jocelyn has a difficult time selling her cover story to her mother. Jocelyn misplaced her phone and had to buy a new one, which was unusual for her. Carly believes there is more to the story as well. Can Jocelyn conceal the secret from her mother? Brennan ordered that the cabin be cleaned save for one item. Unfortunately, no one knows what the item is. Fans believe it will be anything that leads detectives to another suspect. Could whatever remains point to Jason, the man seeking vengeance for the murder of his son's mother? Anna Devane requested that Jason Morgan stand down. Anna Devane is aware that Jason would prefer to kill Cyrus. Jason knows Cyrus murdered Sam McCall and would not hesitate to take him out. Anna also understands that Jason would never leave any evidence linking him to the murder. Whatever Brennan left at the cabin might point to Jason as a suspect, convincing Jocelyn to join the WSB. This could be a test to see how Jocelyn handles Jason being suspected of something she did. Can Jocelyn sit back and let Jason be arrested for something she did? Will Jocelyn let her mother's best friend be sent to prison to cover up her actions? 5 reasons why Alexis Davis should leave General Hospital. When it comes to General Hospital's Alexis Davis, it appears that there are a lot of fans that either love or hate her. There is no in-between. 5 reasons why Alexis Davis should be on General Hospital. Interestingly, they both feel the same way about the character's portrayer, Nancy Lee Grahn. Many admirers love her but can't stand her because of what she's said on social media. That's why we've compiled a list of 5 reasons why Alexis Davis should leave, or at least take a brief sabbatical from General Hospital. Nancy's social media posts. While there is no doubt that Nancy Lee Grahn has the freedom to express herself on social media just like anybody else, others believe she should tone it down because she is a public person. Nancy isolates half of the General Hospital fanbase, but if there's one thing we've learned about Nancy over the years, it's that she will say whatever she wants, even if it means separating half of her General Hospital fanbase. Nancy doesn't care who she offends, as long as her version of the truth is revealed. Alexis is a caricature of her former self. Many General Hospital viewers would agree that the character is no longer the same person she once was. Many people would agree that Alexis used to be the most organized and intelligent adult in the room, but she's now simply a shadow of her former self. General Hospital news: what's next for Nancy Lee Grahn? Alexis has no female friendships. Many people have remarked that Alexis doesn't have much support in the fictional town of Port Charles. Could this be because Nancy Lee Grahn occasionally refuses to work with certain of her female co-stars? Many admirers can't help but wonder this. Nothing makes sense with her character. Many General Hospital viewers have noticed that the writers changed Alexis' law job and turned her into a journalist. However, even with that transition, she makes brief appearances in other stories to gather quotations, but she is regarded as an outsider. First the breakup, and now this. General Hospital promotes a contract player to recurring status. TJ, the doctor at General Hospital, is in for a challenging year. Following Christina's loss of the baby she was carrying for him and Molly, or for herself, depending on who you ask, and is split from his longtime partner, portrayer Todd Bello appears to have been promoted from contract to recurring status on the ABC soap, according to the closing credits of the February 21st episode. Of course, this does not mean that we will not see more of Bello, who took over the role of Jordan's son from Tequin Richmond, who was cast as a replacement for Chris Meyer. It only means that the actor is no longer guaranteed a specific number of appearances. Many cast members, including Christina Wagner, have gone from contract to recurring and back. TJ's storyline may ramp up significantly when Molly develops a genuine interest in someone new. We enjoyed her chemistry with Dex, but the thought of them together is as dead as Joss' sad boyfriend. But the soap appears to have been chemistry testing Molly recently with Cody. And maybe she'll start seeing him just as Drew and Willow disintegrate. They have to, right? Maybe the program could rely on the chemistry between TJ and Michael's estranged wife. Chase let the hot water stream down his back, soaking in the calming sensation. The knock on the bathroom door was forceful, and Brooklyn's voice echoed through the wood with urgency. "If we don't leave soon, we'll be late," she warned him, her tone tinged with impatience. Chase's face lit up with a naughty grin. "Are you sure that's a bad thing?" he joked. Brooklyn huffed from the other side of the door. "There's plenty of room in here if you want to rethink our schedule." "Not a chance. You have 5 minutes, Chase. And that's generous." Chase chuckled, knowing she was serious but loving the banter. He ran his hand through his wet hair, grudgingly acknowledging that their night out would have to begin without the detour he had planned. Lulu's wake-up call in the large kitchen of the Quartermain home. Lulu set a white bakery box on the counter, the aroma of vanilla and sugar filling the air. "Special delivery," she said, looking at Dante. Dante smirked as he cleaned his hands with a dish towel. "Eckert's cupcakes? For Rocco?" she asked, shoving the package toward him. "I thought he'd like a little surprise." Dante paused before opening the lid. "He'll see them in the morning, but," he paused. Lulu frowned. "But what?" Dante groaned and gently closed the box. "He's at a school Valentine's Day skating event. He's staying at a friend's house tonight." Lulu's face was filled with disappointment. "Oh!" Dante softened as he observed her reaction. "It was a nice idea, Lou." "Really?" She folded her arms and leaned against the counter. "Maybe I got it all wrong. He loved these when he was little, but now, I don't even know what he likes anymore." Dante cracked a smirk. He still likes them. I got him some a few years back, but he barely touched them. It wasn't about the cupcakes, though. Lulu stared at him, perplexed. They reminded him of you, Dante confessed. A weight landed in Lulu's chest. She blinked, staring at the box as if it contained a piece of her past that she had not realized was going away. I don't know my own son anymore, she confessed. How did that happen? Dante said, pulling out a stool and gesturing for her to sit. You've had a lot on your plate, it's not too late to fix it. Lulu shook her head. I've been so focused on Charlotte, Rocco's just been growing up, Dante finished for her. And missing you. Her throat clenched. Dante stretched for her hand, saying, I failed him. That's not true. She peered down at their clasped hands, her fingers tightening around his. Maybe if I had paid more attention, you're here now, Dante soothed her. That's what matters, Lulu said with a teary smile. Thanks for the pep talk. And please, make sure he gets the cupcakes? Dante gave a slight nod. He'll love them. As he opened the box again, his gaze was drawn to one cupcake in particular. You know, he thought, this one might have my name on it. Before he could finish, Lulu pounced and swatted his hand. Don't even think about it. Dante chuckled, ducking as she pursued him around the kitchen, briefly ignoring the anguish in her heart. A new beginning for Trina? People packed the Savoy's dimly illuminated club, creating an electrifying atmosphere. Portia stood at the bar with Curtis, her gaze following their daughter as she entered with Kai. Trina's here, Portia muttered, her voice full of excitement and dread. Curtis followed her eyes, noticing the young man next to their daughter. Looks like she brought a date. Portia's lips squeezed together. Her first since Spencer, she admits. Curtis placed a hand on her arm. Let's give her space, she looks happy. Trina guided Kai to a table. He grinned as he pulled out her chair. This place is amazing. My teammates were right, hottest spot in town. Had to pull a few strings to get us in. Trina tilted her head amusingly. I hate to ruin your moment, but I've been here before. Kai wasn't paying attention. Wait, seriously? She joked, gesturing toward her parents. Kai followed her eyes. My dad owns the place. Well, that explains the VIP treatment. They approached Curtis and Portia for a short hello. Curtis, ever the showman, taunted, stick around for the surprise act tonight. You won't regret it. Trina arched her brow. Should I be nervous? Curtis simply winked. Spinelli sipped his drink while holding his phone to his ear. Maxie, I'm on it. Operation Love Match is a go. Lucas entered, looked around. Spinelli waved dismissively, you better not be setting me up with Brad. Of course not. As if on cue, Brad appeared and raised an eyebrow at Lucas. Lucas sighed. Great. Despite the strain, Spinelli motioned toward the bar. Lucas, meet Gunther Eriksson, model extraordinaire. Lucas' throat dried up as he stared in Gunther's stunning features. Hi. Gunther smiled. Nice to meet you. Spinelli clapped his hands. I'll grab drinks. Brad observed from a distance, swirling his glass. Portia slid up beside him. Don't overdo it, she said. No one likes a sloppy drunk. Brad sighed deeply. Yeah. At the table, Lucas cleared his throat. Full disclosure, Maxie set this up. I haven't dated in a while. Gunther gave a nod. Then let's not rush it. Get my number from Maxie and call when you're ready. He walked away, and Spinelli returned, unhappy. What happened? Lucas sighed. I'm not ready. Brad stood up to leave, but Lucas paused before calling for him. Want some company? Brad blinked, surprised. Then he nodded, smiling slightly. Spinelli grumbled and threw up his hands. I give up. Curtis surprise performer Curtis entered the stage, microphone in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for tonight's special performance. Give it up for Chase. The crowd exploded as Chase stepped into the spotlight. He gave Brooklyn a short grin before taking the microphone. My singing career was brief, he admits. But it led me to my wife. With that, the music began, and he sang a song composed by Brooklyn. Her eyes glistened as she listened, each lyric bringing back memories of their voyage. In the audience, Portia leaned against Curtis. You ever think of leaving Aurora and coming back to this full-time? Curtis asked with a giggle. Nneka contacted, saying, I love the Savoy, but I need a challenge. Curtis smiled, it's time, boss. Then let's keep the show going. As Chase's voice filled the room, Brooklyn knew she was in for an unforgettable night. General Hospital spoilers, chances, confrontations, and being caught in a trap. Kai Taylor takes a chance, Carly Spencer confronts someone, and Jason Morgan gets caught in a trap. Drew Quartermain is annoyed by Nina Reeves' presence in his home. He reminds her that she must align with him or risk losing Willow Corinthos. It appears Nina is resisting Drew's attempts to get Willow and her children with Michael Corinthos to move in with him. Drew's words come off as a disguised threat. What does he believe he can do to make Nina lose her daughter? He might consider saying that he and Nina had an affair, but that would almost certainly backfire. Chances in the meanwhile, Trina Robinson meets Kai when he contacts her. She says, do you see what happens when you take a chance? Earlier, Trina told Ava Jerome that she thought her connection with Kai was entirely platonic, but Ava detected a spark between them. Trina's advice appears to be equally applicable to her own predicament as it is to Kai's. Both Trina and Kai look to be exploring the possibilities that come with taking a chance. Jordan and Portia reconnect elsewhere. Jordan Ashford and Portia Robinson are having a heart-to-heart. Jordan tells Portia about her recent issues with trusting the news. The idea of Cyrus Renaud as the Angel of Mercy sounds plausible, and a Crime Stoppers piece might air shortly. However, Jordan may find it difficult to accept Jason as the primary suspect in Cyrus' disappearance, although Portia may see it differently. It's worth noting that when Jason returned to town, he unwillingly cooperated with the FBI after being blackmailed by John Jagger Cates. This historical connection might undoubtedly sway Portia's opinion. Family meetings in another section of town, Selena Wu is having a conversation with her nephew, Brad Cooper. He appears to be nervous about a debt he owes and seeks support from Aunt Selena. She consoles him, implying that his debt will be resolved. Could it be tied to gambling? It's been a while since Selena and Brad participated in the high-stakes poker game in the Savoy's basement, and Curtis Ashford made it clear he didn't want it back. Brad is now far more concerned with securing his position at GH than getting involved in his aunt's dirty enterprises. Confrontations. Carly has a difficult argument with Jack Brennan, who appears surprised when she says, if this is a frame, it needs to end. Word has spread around Port Charles that Jason is the primary suspect in Cyrus' abduction and likely murder. Jason is still being questioned at the PCPD. This information should not be public, let alone making headlines. While Carly and Brennan are still figuring out their relationship, it appears that they are on the verge of a major disagreement. This isn't good news for their Jackley relationship. Caught in a trap, Anna Devane continues to question Jason at the PCPD, and it appears that she is already convinced of his guilt before he has a fair chance to prove his innocence. Jason is visibly agitated, claiming that he was never at Cyrus' cabin and that he can prove it. However, the forensic experts recovered 2 hairs that matched his. It obviously appears to be a setup, but Anna, of all people, should not assume the hairs are his. After all, how many times has she been confused with her deceased twin, Alex Devane? Just because Jason and Drew no longer look alike doesn't mean their DNA doesn't match, or could Brennan be purposely framing Jason? General Hospital stars celebrate Leslie Charleson's life following the loss of famous actress Leslie Charleson. Several of her former castmates gathered to celebrate her memory. Many of General Hospital's stars, including Tyler Christopher, Billy Miller, Sonia Eddy, and Johnny Wachter, have died in recent years, causing grief among the show's cast, crew, and fans. Each departure has been difficult to accept, and among the departed stars was the famous Leslie Charleson. She has played Quartermaine matriarch Monica since 1977, affecting the life of every character on the show. Her recent loss has led the show's performers to share their tribute to her life. GH cast members and friends recently attended Leslie Charleson's celebration of life in Los Angeles. Lynn Herring, Finola Hughes, Ian Buchanan, Lisa LoCicero, and many others were in attendance. Several of these stars used Instagram to share their thoughts and memories. Finola Hughes posted a snapshot of the event invitation on Instagram, set to exquisite piano music, with the message, "Beautiful celebration of this wonderful woman." The anecdotes of Lester's generosity, friendliness, and, most importantly, her fun-loving lifestyle. Her love of animals, her horses, and her enthusiasm for acting. It was touching to bring her two worlds together for an afternoon, her GH family and her equestrian friends. Two hearts rip sweet Lester, we love you Dizzy Dove. Lester, of course, was Charleson's nickname behind the scenes. Sonny has been gripping his chest on General Hospital for weeks, but does the show convey the incorrect message about heart health? A history of health stories in Port Charles. Port Charles has experienced its fair share of medical catastrophes, ranging from theatrical to profoundly impactful. Over the years, General Hospital has taken a realistic approach to various health topics, using them to educate viewers while still providing engaging drama. Monica's struggle with breast cancer in 1994 remains one of the most memorable, providing an uncensored perspective of the disease from diagnosis to remission. Similarly, Stone's AIDS storyline was revolutionary, handled with sensitivity and reality, and made an indelible impression. However, Sonny's present health crisis does not appear to follow in such footsteps. A missed opportunity. When Sonny first grasped his chest in December, GH had a perfect opportunity to emphasize the importance of identifying early warning symptoms of a heart attack. Instead, the program has taken a perplexing turn, with Sonny collapsing frequently while refusing to seek adequate medical attention. A more realistic approach would have depicted him being hurried to General Hospital for testing, highlighting what real-life people face when they neglect cardiac problems. Instead, we received a series of conflicting medical updates. Sonny flew to Los Angeles to see a specialist, only to be told he would need a pacemaker. Then, unexpectedly, he did not. He was urged to get the treatment as soon as possible, but specialists also stated that waiting 3 months would enough. Meanwhile, Sonny is more concerned about appearing weak than with his health. The real-world impact. According to the American Heart Association's 2025 Heart Disease and Stroke Statistics Update, heart disease remains the top cause of death in the United States. It kills more people than all types of cancer and accidental fatalities combined. Ignoring warning signs, like Sonny appears to be doing, can have serious implications in real life. By downplaying his situation, GH risks sending the wrong message, implying that chest pain is something to be dismissed rather than treated properly. A more responsible portrayal would have Sonny choosing his health over his ego. A possible course correction. There could yet be hope for this plot. If anyone can persuade Sonny to act, it's Carly. She's never been one to hold back, and if she gets involved, we can expect a straightforward intervention. A heated exchange between the two could persuade Sonny to take his health seriously, shifting the plot in a more relevant direction. But will GH seize the opportunity to make this into a teaching moment? Will Sonny continue to treat a potentially fatal disease as a minor inconvenience? What are your thoughts? Should General Hospital do more to highlight the risks of heart disease? Please let us know in the comments. General Hospital spoilers. Jack Brennan is bad news. Is he the person who killed Austin? General Hospital spoilers have just revealed the most important clue in Austin Gatlinholt's long-running murder mystery. After months of discussion, the evidence points to one person, Jack Brennan. Yes, the lovely ex-WSB agent could have pulled the gun on unfortunate Austin in November 2023. Take the plunge to learn the full story. General Hospital spoilers. Do the dress shoes give it away? General Hospital teasers led us to believe that Cyrus Renaud was responsible for Austin's terrible death. After all, Austin was going to provide some embarrassing information about his boss before his death. Isn't this the classic case of eliminate the loose ends? But why did the daytime drama delay the big revelation for months? That is because the true murderer may not be Cyrus at all. Let's go back to Austin's final moments. We noticed a suspicious individual at the crime site, and one particular item stood out, his dress shoes. And, guess what? On February 20th, Jack Brennan was photographed wearing similar sneakers, giving us all a sense of déjà vu coincidence? Brennan is also not without flaws, having crossed the line in the past. Remember when he almost kidnapped Carly Spencer before being sent to prison? There is no disputing Jack's darker side, as evidenced by his treatment of Jocelyn Jacks. He played the part of a helpful mentor while quietly encouraging her to join the WSB. Let's get started with some interesting facts about Chris and Laura's relationship. Chris McKenna, who recently succeeded Charles Measure as Jack Brennan, has a past with Laura Wright. Furthermore, their connection extends beyond the Port Charles drama, as this is not the first time the two have shared the screen. McKenna rose to prominence as Joey on One Life to Live in 1993, while Wright became well known for her role as Ally on Loving. McKenna recently tweeted a flashback photo from their early soap days, prompting a humorous reaction from Eden McCoy. "Oh my god," she said, amazed at how small the world is. Returning to the true drama, will GH finally acknowledge that Brennan is Austin's killer? If that's the case, this news will put everyone on edge, particularly Carly. Similarly, Jocelyn will be unable to accept that her mentor is nothing more than a murderer. We can't wait to see how this one unfolds because the stakes are bigger than ever. Cody's future in Port Charles, will a new romance change his life? Cody Bell has caused a lot of controversy in Port Charles, and it appears like everyone agrees that something needs to happen. Fans have expressed their desire for a shakeup, citing his inclination to intervene in Sasha's life as well as the fact that his storyline has felt directionless. And now, there is talk that General Hospital is finally preparing to give Cody the romance arc he has been missing. A new love story for Cody? Rumors circulate that the writers may couple Cody with Lulu Spencer, which some fans believe has promise. On screen, their encounters have produced significant chemistry, prompting speculation about whether a romance between them could finally provide Cody with the depth he requires. While his relationship with Sasha has been problematic, with some viewing it as domineering and unwarranted, his connection with Lulu appears more natural to some viewers. This option has sparked a lot of discussion online. One admirer commented, "Cody and Lulu have far more chemistry than he ever had with Molly. If they have to give him a love story, this is the one that makes the most sense." Another added, "Cody just doesn't click with Sasha. It doesn't give off the meant-to-be vibes that make a soap pair work." Of course, others believe Cody's problems extend beyond his romantic relationships. Some have been particularly critical of his entire presence on the program, writing, "Josh Kelly's acting choices make some of his scenes almost unbearable to watch." What about the cold and shivering scene? Yikes! And he and Molly have no chemistry. Where will the writers go from here? So, what comes next for Cody? If the showrunners decide to shift his storyline, partnering him with Lulu may be the most natural choice. She's in a transitional period in her life, and Cody is looking for meaning. A slow burn romance may reveal new facets in both people, making them more engaging to observe. However, not everyone agrees with the notion. Some fans say Cody's character isn't strong enough to carry a large relationship and should instead be given a different type of storyline, one that doesn't rely on forced proximity or the traditional soap opera love triangle. The bigger picture: with so much uncertainty about Cody's future, the question remains, will General Hospital use this chance to modify his character in a way that appeals to audiences? Or will he continue to stumble, entangled in plans that fail to have a lasting impact? What are your thoughts? Should Cody and Lulu have a chance at romance, or should the writers steer him in another route entirely? General Hospital spoilers: will Cyrus' death make Anna question her feelings and friendship with Jason? General Hospital spoilers reveal that Police Commissioner Anna Devane only requested Jason Morgan not to kill Cyrus Renault. Cyrus has died, and the PCPD is still utterly unaware. Will Jason's freedom be jeopardized if evidence suggests he was harmed or killed? Will Anna be prepared to disregard evidence and accept his word that he had nothing to do with the situation? Might he be in a pickle if Drew Quartermaine refuses to provide the alibi he requires to explain where he was at the time? How will Anna feel if she believes Jason went ahead and avoided her? At the same time, how will Jason react if she doubts his claim that he never touched Cyrus? General Hospital spoilers, where is Cyrus? According to rumors, the PCPD will uncover enough to conclude that Cyrus is no longer alive, but this does not guarantee that his body will be discovered. WSB Chief Jack Brennan ordered a comprehensive sweep of the premises, removing all evidence save for one object, which we don't yet know what it is. Will evidence be placed to accuse Jason of being present, or possibly of causing harm to Cyrus? Would anyone doubt it? GH spoilers, Anna is all mixed up. Anna and Jason have established an unexpected affection and friendship. She didn't expect this, and she's still trying to find reasons to stay on his team and trust him. But this time, she asked him for a favor that she's not sure he fulfilled. Perhaps he felt he could achieve both goals by giving in to his desire for vengeance against Sam McCall while also not stomping on Anna in her professional role. However, that is not how things have turned out. Will she come to regret assuming he did it and refusing to hear his side of the story? General Hospital spoilers, Jason is better than this. Should Anna be concerned that Jason may lie to her? Withhold information? Sure. But instead of simply pleading the fifth and waiting for his attorney, Diane Miller, he lies and claims he didn't do anything. That isn't his style. At the same time, if Anna is forced to arrest Jason due to planted evidence, would he face charges for a crime committed by Jocelyn Joss Jacks? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.